Hey everyone, it's Rob from Hypop and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're taking a closer look and unboxing a brand new light from Godox, the Godox LC500 and LC500R Mini. So I've got with me the brand new Godox LC500R and the LC500R Mini, which are these two new lights right here. Now these lights are updated versions or upgraded versions of the former models, which were simply called the LC500. And these lights are brand new to Godox's range because basically they shrunk them down into size and packed in a few more features into these new light stick shaped LED lights. So let's take a closer look at what's included. Here you can see they've updated the packaging as well, and the box is also significantly smaller due to its mini size. So immediately what you can see is an updated packaging design from Godox, and they've really been improving, in strides with the overall packaging as well as the supplied carry bags with their lights, which is nice to see from Godox. And you can see it's got Godox branding. It's also got two carry handles and a double zipper opening. And we have the LC500R Mini here. We also have an instruction guide and of course a USB Type-C to Type-C cable. And that's pretty much it. Now you can see with this particular light, because it is a battery operated light stick, there aren't any additional AC adapters, simply just the USB-C cable here. So the brand new LC500R Mini, as you can see here, is a significantly smaller light than the former model. It only has a length of approximately 46 centimeters. It weighs 548 grams. And a brand new feature that they've added to this light is a detachable battery. Now this battery is about 2,740 milliamp hours. And you can see here there is a latch that you can just hold down, you twist, and you've got the detachable battery. Now this is super useful for run and gun shooting, especially if you have a longer shoot planned. The battery gives you approximately 50 minutes of operating power at 100% at 5600 Kelvin. With the other model, the LC500 Mini, this is the 500R, the RGB version. So the Mini version only has about 45 minutes of operating time, so about 5 minutes less than the R version here. And the battery itself charges about 1 hour and 25 minutes to full charge using the USB-C cable. Now the light itself is a 20-watt light, and it also has a CRI rating of 95 and a TLCI rating of 96. So everything that you've come to expect of a professional standard LED light source. Now the great thing about these lights are obviously its form factor, being a light stick. And you can see it actually has built-in barn doors here, and these barn doors are great, so it allows you to cut the light a little bit more, direct it if you need to. I've even clipped on some baking paper or a diffuser sheet on the front here using some bull clips if you wanted to diffuse the light further. However, you can see on the front here, there is a diffusion panel already. And with this light, in particular, the LC500R Mini, this one here is the RGB version. And what that means obviously is you have access to all the colors from the RGB spectrum, and you have an HSI color chart here down the bottom from 0 to 360 degrees to allow you to sort of quick select or at a glance reference the color that you need for the particular light when using. It does have onboard controls using this little dial here, as well as it doubles up as a switch, so you can go north, south, east, west, and it has different operating functions there. But you also have the capability to use the Bluetooth Godox Light app, which is something they've incorporated with all of their newer light models now, all of the LED continuous lights. So all you need to do is download that from the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you can configure this as part of a larger setup. Now that Bluetooth range is about 30 meters, so you do have a room to play there. So if you're not just in a studio environment and in close proximity, you have that 30-meter range to use for a lighting setup. With these lights in particular, what I like about them really is the ability to hand hold them. So when you're reattaching this battery, all you need to do is just simply click that into place. There's some notches that line up, similar to a Bowen's mount if you're familiar with that, with some flash models. And then once you attach that, all you need to do is twist and you'll hear that lock, and that little switch there will click into place and you'll hear that. You can see there is a Type-C charging port right there. And on the back, you also have a battery indicator once that's on. Now on the bottom of the battery here, you have a little area there where you can attach a wrist strap or a loop. And you also have a 1/4" 20 mounting thread for you to be able to mount this onto a stand or onto a bracket. So I've just discovered you can in fact remove the barn door from the light fixture here. All you need to do is release the clips towards the bottom of the barn door here that wrap around the body of the light. And then from there, you just simply slide it off and you've released the barn door. So that way you have a completely bare light fixture here. And if you're wanting to just spread the light as much as possible, this is the best way to go about it. Otherwise, if you want to direct the light a little bit more, you'd be using the barn doors. And also just taking note that at the bottom of the light fixture, there's a 1/4" 20 thread, as well as at the top of the fixture as well. Now I've got this mounted onto a small desktop stand here. For those of you that aren't aware what this is the Spectrum 43cm desk stand. And all I need to do to operate it is just simply turn it on there by holding the north position on that dial, which is the power button. And you can see the LCD screen displays immediately. And you've got a few indicators here. Firstly is your CCT, and you've also got the output. Now the CCT range for this light is 2500 Kelvin to 8500 Kelvin. So you have quite a wide range there to work with, from the warmer tones all the way up to the cooler tones. And to do that, all you need to do is just cycle through. So firstly, that holds down when I cycle through initially, you can see it's highlighting the output. So it goes down in 1% increments. You can press down and you have a few presets. You've got a fan off mode here and a fan on mode. So that's a nifty feature to have, especially if you're in an audio sensitive environment. You don't want any noise whatsoever. You can simply turn off the fan, which is a little fan indicator, the little fan outlet there. And when you press this side button here, which is the east position, it goes down to 50% and you can see the fan indicator is off. And when you press down on the FN on the bottom, you can see the arrow has now changed over to the CCT, and I'm able to go down in 100K increments there, from the 2500 Kelvin all the way up to the 8500 Kelvin. As you can see there, and that's a little bit cooler in terms of the tone. Now on the west position here, you've got the Bluetooth indicator there, and the Bluetooth icon gives you a 4-digit code. And all you need to do there is use that code to pair up to the Godox Light app using that Bluetooth smart control. And then of course you have modes, being a RGB light, this one here, the LC500R Mini. You have the HSI mode. You've also got 15 lighting effects, which is something that we've come used to with other RGB type lights, regardless if they're a light stick or a COB or an LED panel. And of course, back to the CCT mode. So being the HSI, you can see here, you can use this color reference chart there. And first you can go with the hue, the saturation, and then lastly the intensity. So right now we're highlighting intensity, and we've increased the intensity of this particular hue, which is 60 degrees, or roughly a yellow there. And you can decrease that intensity there, and you can see it's coming down in power. And then if you press the FN, it will highlight the hue, so you can change the type of color. So if we want to go to say 150, we know that we'd be going towards the blue color tones there. There we go. And then lastly is the saturation. So how saturated you want that light to be. So right now it's on 100, which means it's its full saturation for that color. And if we reduce that, it'll go down basically to a white now. So you can see the colors change there as we've lowered the saturation. Now, all the dials and the controls are a lot easier to use through the app, so we definitely suggest you to do that. But one last thing I wanted to note was also the different effects. So you can see we've got 15 different effects here, But the last effect, which is the 15 there, you can have that as a sort of music mode, and the music mode is a fun one. There's an inbuilt microphone right there, and you can see as I'm talking to the microphone, it's actually flickering with the audio that it's receiving or the sound that it's receiving. So it'd be great to sort of pair this up with a music video, which is kind of cool. You can go to the beat. So yeah, you do have quite a lot of nifty features in a small package. Now I have the older model LC500 here that you can see just as a comparison in terms of the size. So the LC500, the older model, is approximately 61.5 centimeters as opposed to that 47 centimeters. And it also weighs about 0.81 kilos or 810 grams or so. So you are losing, roughly about 350 grams in terms of weight and also in terms of height. But in the output, it pretty much remains the same, which is amazing. And then on top of that, you have the detachable battery now, so you're able to perhaps purchase batteries later down the track if you wanted a spare battery just in case. And you have the ability to charge that with the USB Type-C on the go, whereas this one here previously had a DC main here that you could actually plug in to operate and charge. It does have the internal lithium-ion battery, but overall you have a smaller package that's doing the same thing with a few more features. And yeah, just overall it's a nice light to consider, especially when you want something a little bit more portable. So that was our review and unboxing of the brand new Godox LC500R and LC500 Mini. For more videos just like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be updated of any new content we release. Leave a like on the video if it's helped you. Feel free to leave down in the comments section below your thoughts, or if you have any questions about the LC500R or the LC500 Mini. Follow us on socials, the links are down below, and visit our website, hypop.com.au. Thanks for watching.